So we need a project setup that supports these requirements, and a popular tool for creating such projects that come with all these features and tools that we need built in is Create React App. This is a tool which you can use to, well, as the name suggests, create React apps that give you this auto reloading and that support this HTML with JavaScript syntax. An alternative tool which you could use is Vite, which can also be used to create new React projects. And you can simply follow the instructions shared on these websites of Create React App or Vite to create valid new React projects. Now, for both tools and also to successfully then run the projects created by those tools, you must have Node.js installed on your system. Now, you don't need to be able to write Node.js code, you don't need to know Node.js, but Node.js is used under the hood by those tools that create the projects and then also by the projects and their built-in tools as well. So make sure you have Node.js installed on your system. You can typically download the latest version of Node.js or use the latest LTS version, the latest long-term stability version. And once you got it installed, you can create those new projects with npx create react app to use that tool, or by running npm create Vite to use that Vite tool. And I'll do that, but you can use either of the two approaches. Now, once you run these commands, you are typically asked to choose a project name. And here I'll just name it React Crash Course, but the name is up to you. And then in Vite's case, pick a template where I'll pick React and then JavaScript. And this now creates a new project. Now, once that was done, you can open that newly created project with an editor of your choice. In my case, I'm using Visual Studio Code. And you can start working on that code there. Now, if you use the Vite, you also must open the terminal first and navigate into this folder. And for that, here I'm using the built-in terminal in VS Code, which is already navigated into that folder by default. And run npm install to install any extra third-party packages that are needed to build and run and preview your React application. Once that's done, you can run npm start when using a project created with Create React App and npm run dev when using Vite, which I do here. And then you can visit the website on this address, which should be output in the terminal, to preview your React app. And the exact output on this screen here might change over time, but you now have a basic React project which we'll now use to learn React. As a side note, attached you also find a link to a project snapshot which I prepared, which was created with help of Vite and which I also cleaned up a little bit so that we can all start with the same starting state. So feel free to also look into this starting snapshot and use that starting snapshot to follow along.